Hello, YouTube. Let's see here. Fat Files. You guys know the drill. Today it's on the Planet Fitness stuff. Don't ask me about gyms. I'm terrible about them. Anyway, let's go.
Went to run some errands with my wife the other day, and one of her errands was to go into this new gym in town and get a membership because they had like tanning beds or massage beds or something that she wanted to use. And we went in, and immediately nothing made any sense whatsoever, and I rapidly became convinced that they were up to something.
What else is new when you go into a building? You ended up going into a freaking Hobby Lobby, thought that they were selling drugs out the back, and found out that they were smuggling religious artifacts. Like, you need to stop. You need to be stopped.
And I'm gonna figure out what it is. Today we're talking about Planet Fitness, okay? We all know what Planet Fitness is. We've all seen the memes on the internet. I'm not gonna waste time with the big intro. We're gonna get the ad out of the way, and then I'm gonna be unhinged the entire time.
Let's go.
Let's get to the ad.
Delete me.
What are you doing?
There you go, bud. You did it.
Oh.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
You had to go to school and pay for my school.
Oh, if I say delete me, if you say delete me, I'll pay for your school.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Good job.
And he's out.
Finally.
There you go. I love kids. They're so silly.
All right, you guys know the deal. Delete me. Online subscription model. You give them money every month. They turn around and make sure that data brokers on the internet aren't selling your personal information. What does this actually do in practice? It gets rid of your personal info, isn't just floating around the internet for anybody to be able to buy for a couple of bucks. Okay, I know what you're thinking because I thought the same thing. I don't want to give Delete Me all my personal information either. I'm trying to get my personal information off the internet. Why would I give it to an internet company? You don't really have to give them your personal information. It's honestly kind of creepy. I gave them my
Sorry, ADHD has fully taken over. We've heard this ad a few times. It's a good ad. It's not a bad thing. But ADHD is kind of taking over, and I'm just kind of letting it go.
Name and my email address, and that was it. They came back to me a couple of days later and was like, is this your address or one of your previous addresses? It was. Is this your mom's full name? Uh-huh. Is that your dad's full name? Uh-huh. Are you...
Which is terrifying. Just straight up terrifying that they're able to do that. And very interesting that anyone can do that. Delete Me isn't exclusive.
related to this person? Did you go to this high school? They knew everything about me and knew exactly who I was just by me giving them my name and my email. All I had to do was answer a couple of yes or no questions as to whether or not that was in fact me, which it was, at which point they're like, cool, go ahead, pay for our subscription service. We'll go to all the data brokers where we found this information and force them to delete it. And as long as you keep being a paying member, they will continue to monitor all of these data brokers for your personal information. And if these data brokers do acquire it again, they will force them to delete it again. In my opinion, it's definitely worth it. I've been using
water for the water god, hydration for the dehydrated slime. I'm not dehydrated. I'm a little dehydrated, I'll be perfectly honest.
Using them since before they were paying me to talk about them, and I'm going to keep using them after they quit paying me to talk about them. If you want to give it a try, I'll have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, so here's what happened. I took my wife into Planet Fitness. We walk in immediately. I'm drawn to the fact that everything's hideous. It's Barney purple. It literally looks like the engineer from the McDonald's play place.
What is that thing? What even is that? Also, what the hell is that? What the hell's with Ronald? Why is he so chiseled? Why is the tree? I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm scared.
Play place made a gym. So immediately in my head, I'm like, why on earth would you do this? And I'm like, oh, they probably bought it because nobody else was buying the Barney purple gym equipment. They probably got a really good deal on it at a steep discount, and that's why the membership's so cheap. That makes sense. Okay, moving on. Then I see like the 6-foot tall poster on the wall of
no dumping weights, no grunting, no deadlifts, no powerlifting, no string tank tops, no work boots, no gym bags on floor, no gallon jugs in the gym, no overnight lockers, no jeans, no sandals, no cell phones. So I guess for no recording, no personal gym equipment. For over a decade, Planet Fitness has gone to great lengths to provide its members with a friendly space to work out. We call it the judgment-free zone. With that in mind, we ask that you respect your fellow members by following these policies. AKA, do not work out. Thank you. We're looking into Planet Fitness.
all the rules for the gym, and like some of them are like fine, like, you know, no grunting, which, you know, a little bit of grunting, fine. But if you're like screaming, obviously being annoying, I can see where that That's an issue. No dropping the weights. Again, you drop a little bit of weight, not a big deal. You drop 600 pounds that you can barely lift. Yeah, you're
Oh, that looks painful.
being a dickhead. Like, I get that, but the rules get progressively more insane. Like, no bringing personal gym equipment. Like, I can't bring a jump rope to the gym. What are we talking about? No powerlifting. Again, what's the definition of powerlifting to these people? Because if you're not grunting and you're not dropping the weight, what's the issue with moving a lot of weight? Don't really understand. No 1 gallon jugs of water. What? Why do you care what I'm carrying water around in?
You'd keep your mouth shut if you knew it was good for you, buddy.
That's from Dumb and Dumber. He just drank a bottle of pee.
At this point, I become convinced that this is just an ugly-ass gym that's being run by somebody that runs an HOA as well. It's just somebody that's micromanaging the shit out of everybody else on the planet for no fucking reason. And then the kicker, no tank tops. Obviously, I'm out. I'm not going to a gym.
He's like, nope. Guns out, I'm not. The guns aren't able to come out, I'm not.
That doesn't support the Second Amendment, but you know, whatever. This isn't for me. My wife wants to go here. I don't have to go here. It's fine. She can get the membership to use the tanning bed. Whatever. So after the tour, she goes, she fills out the paperwork. She, checks the little box yes to agree to the contract. And then she hands the paperwork back to the clerk, and the clerk is like, okay, now we just need a blank check. And I'm like, I'm gonna pay with a credit card instead, and then you can just keep the credit card on file, like, I don't know, every other business on the planet. At which point the clerk informs me, we don't take credit cards. We have to have a blank check. It's the only way we'll accept your membership. That's our policy.
What year is it?
Okay, immediately, I know what the issue is. I know why this policy exists because I'm part owner of Pepperbox TV, which is a subscription-based streaming service. This is also a subscription-based business, and one of the biggest loss of subscriptions is when people lose their credit card or debit card and then they forget to resubscribe to your service, and that's how you lose a bunch of subscriptions. They're trying to avoid that by getting direct access to your bank account because at the bottom of every check is your routing number and your checking account number. Okay, that makes sense. Pretty smart. The reason I don't do it and most other subscription services don't do it is because it's kind of a big ask from the customer to be like, hey, just give me all your banking information with the...
Yeah, and also, it tends to get a little bit more tricky to just end your subscription, right?
direct access to your bank account, and I'll be responsible with it, which is an even bigger ask when you're running a gym where everything is Barney purple.
Bro, what the fuck you mean, dog?
So obviously, I don't want to give...
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. I did not expect to see that.
them direct access to my bank account, but I want to be able to get this gym membership for my wife, so I offer a compromise, which is like, hey, I'm not going to give you access to my bank account, but I will pay for the entire 1-year membership up front right now, and we can just be done with it. Just take the cash. That's what you're after, right? Businesses are trying to make money, and the clerk is like, no, we have to have a blank check.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
No. 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 No.
Something ain't right.
Okay, red alarms all over my head, like, you have to have my banking information. Why? Okay, this entire time I was under the impression you guys were trying to get money, but apparently you're not trying to get money because I'm offering you money and you're saying, no, we won't accept that. We'll only accept your banking information. So you're not trying to get money. You're trying to get my personal banking information, which sounds like a fucking scam. I've got to figure out what's going on.
Hold.
Okay, so we leave.
I cannot give my little guy a cape that it says I have unlocked. It should be a back item. I'm not sure why it's not letting you. Maybe it's a different color that you have unlocked? I don't know.
If we go home, I start looking into it. Nothing makes any sense. I knew Planet Fitness was big, but they are massive. They're way bigger than I would have ever thought. This company is valued at $7 billion, and they made
Huh? That's a lot.
$3 billion last year. Okay, but that's not the issue in that of itself. It's a big company. Yeah, like whatever, that's fine. But here's the kicker. They only have 2,722 locations, which is a lot, but it's not a lot when you realize they have 21 million members. That's more than 7,500 members per location. That shouldn't be possible.
Doesn't add up.
Okay, this is a 20,000 square foot facility, which has a maximum capacity of 200. And maximum capacity isn't defined by this is how many people can be working out in the gym at one time efficiently. No, maximum capacity is determined by the fire marshal with like how...
Wait. One more time. Maximum capacity. Maximum room capacity, or occupancy load, is the highest number of people legally permitted in a room, set by local fire codes and building regulations to ensure safe egress during emergencies. It is determined by factors like usable floor space, exit width, and room function, with officials then requiring a post-maximum capacity sign. Okay.
With like, how many motherfuckers can we fit in this room without people dying in a fire trying to rush out? So at 7,500 members, if 1% of your members show up at any given time, which seems pretty likely, you're telling me that every piece of equipment in the gym would be taken up. And if 3 to 5% show up, there'd be so many people crammed in this gym that it would create a fire hazard. And somehow you're just operating away. And when I was in there in person, there was like 4 people there. What is going on? So I start scouring the internet like I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. Obviously, whatever they're doing is genius because they're making $1 billion a year on gym memberships that seemingly nobody's using. And then it dawns on me, oh, they sell gym memberships but don't actually want you to use the gym. It's genius. It defies all business 101 logic, but in this one particular instance, it's absolutely genius, right? Business 101, give the customer what they want. Every other gym on the planet has been built with, I'm building a gym, I'm gonna build a gym for people that go to the gym so they give me money. Planet Fitness didn't say that. Planet Fitness said, I'm gonna build a gym and find people to pay for it and then convince them not to use it. Because
yeah. Because here's an interesting thing about fitness centers, right? Their biggest boom of people coming in happens at the beginning of the year when everybody's saying for their New Year's resolution, I'm going to get in shape. Let's go to Planet Fitness, get ourselves a membership so that we can keep ourselves accountable. And guess what? Just because you keep yourself accountable by buying the membership does not keep you accountable. And then the year goes by, and you're like, I should really cancel that subscription. But in order to do that, because it's a blank check, and because of the specific rules they have in place, you have to go in to do it. So
when you zoom out, what is a gym selling? A gym isn't selling an experience. A gym isn't selling a good time. Nobody goes to the gym because they like going to the gym because it's fun.
Wrong.
Buh, I know. The comments are going to disagree, but ultimately nobody starts working out because they're like, I just really want to pick something heavy up and put it down. No, you work out because you want to be in shape and fit and look good. And that is something that pretty much everybody wants to do. Buh, that's not true. Some people enjoy being in a bigger body. Buh. Shut the fuck up. That is not true. I know it's not true because every pop star in the past decade that made their entire career on being big, but they're still hot and sexy, the millisecond Ozempic, aka the vaccine for being fat, came out, they all got on it, lost 100 pounds, and now their Instagram is full of nothing but them working out at the gym 24/7. That's a fucking lie.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
And whoever runs Planet Fitness correctly saw this because they went, oh, our niche isn't meatheads that are in the gym all the time that are jacked and really big and strong. Our niche is everybody. But that 1% of the population that's already, yoked up meatheads that are lifting in the gym all the time, they're already having their needs met by other gyms. So rather than opening up a gym and trying to compete for that 1%, what if we just opened up a gym and tried to take the other 99%? It's brilliant. Which raises...
Yeah, because I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not a very in-shape individual. I'm not as round as what my model suggests, but I am a little on the rounder side. I need to get myself a little bit more in shape. However, I've gone to gyms, and it is still intimidating going in there and seeing, like going to a professional gym, obviously, and seeing a bunch of people there that are very, well in shape. Plus, the price point, at least in Canadian gyms, is extremely high. It's like $600 or some shit like that for two subscriptions, and I need to have a buddy, so I'm taking my wife with me. Yeah, it's ridiculously high. So that's not very fun. And from what I'm seeing, Planet Fitness has an extremely cheap buy-in, and because they've got all these rules in place to kind of scare off, the tryhards that go to gyms. It makes it a little bit more of an interesting place for people who have the social anxiety, who are new to the gym, who don't want to go there and, feel like, they're inadequate. Yeah. They make escaping impossible. Yep. And that's what their plan is.
Question, how do you market to these people? Because there's obviously a reason these people aren't going to the gym. We got to figure out what that reason is. And the biggest reason is They're intimidated or they don't know what to do. They've never
Yep.
worked out in their life. They walk into a gym, they see a bunch of big, tattooed, strong guys lifting up heavy weights, banging shit around, being loud. They get intimidated. They think this isn't the place for me. If I try to do what they're doing, I'm gonna look weak. I'm gonna look stupid. They're gonna have negative thoughts about me. Everybody's gonna be judging me, which is 99% of the time ridiculous. People at the gym will absolutely help you.
And I can attest to this. On my very first day going to a gym, all right, I sat on one of the machines. I can't remember what it was. It was one where you just kind of like sit down, face the machine, grab a line, and you're just kind of like pulling it towards yourself, curling it almost. And I was doing it slightly wrong. Another dude came up to me, unprompted, no issues, smile on his face, and was like, "Hey, I really like the gym. I work out constantly. I see you're doing this a little bit incorrectly. Would you like me to show you how to do it properly?" No issues, no nothing. Just instantly came in to help me. He was just perfectly fine. And like, that was really nice. It actually gave me a lot of confidence to go back. We never did because, once again, that price point's a little on the high side and I'm not making a lot of money currently. But yeah, it's just, yeah. Whereas Planet Fitness, from what I'm seeing, it does make it a little bit cheaper. However, I don't think I have Planet Fitness where I am. I would go to Planet Fitness. I don't care. I don't need to make a whole bunch of sounds. Hello.
Biggest, strongest dude in that gym is probably the nicest guy on the planet, but it's not the vibe they give off, so a lot of people get intimidated. And that is absolutely true. I've been coaching jujitsu for years and years, and I can't tell you the amount of people that tell me, I really want to try jujitsu, but I need to get in shape first. The people that think they need to get in shape before they go to the gym is insane. It's counterintuitive. Like, you go to the gym to get in shape. Yeah. You don't have to get in shape to go to the gym, but that's what people think.
Spare me.
So Planet...
No, it's 100% true. It's 150% true. I personally found it that you can do a decent job at home and most spend 100 or 200 on some small equipment stuff and get decently in shape. But even then, just simple stuff like push squats or running work just as well. Yeah, like, you can do pretty much everything you need in order to get in shape at home for free. Walking. You just need to start walking. Get it? Pace around your living room. If you want to do some weightlifting, do so with a bag. Everybody has bags at home. Fill it with a jug of water or something like that and just start lifting that. It's like $2. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. You just feel stupid doing that for some reason. I don't know why we have it ingrained in our head that we feel stupid doing it. We just do. Maybe lift my dog. Yeah.
Fitness is like, okay, the big scary gym dudes are scaring off all the normal people. What do we do about that? I know. We'll discriminate against the big scary meatheads. Okay, how do you discriminate against a group of people? Step one, you gotta have a good slur, right?
Yes, we do.
You gotta have a catchy derogatory term to describe these people, so we're gonna invent one. What are these meathead guys? Well, they're hunks, but also they're lame because they're scaring everybody. We're gonna call them lunks, and then we're gonna get the lunk alarm, which is a big red fucking siren that'll...
Let's try that again. Lunk. Lunk. N. Slang. One who grunts, drops weights, or judges. Ricky is slamming his weights, wearing a bodybuilding tank top, and drinking out of a gallon water jug. What a lunk.
Siren that'll go off in the gym if anybody's being a douchebag or lifting heavy weight, and that'll discriminate against these guys so they don't want to work out there.
You're right, that's a lot less annoying than grunting.
Then we're gonna run this gym.
You're right, that is a lot less annoying than grunting. I agree. Totally less annoying.
Like it's an HOA. We're gonna have a little bit of redlining, if you will. We're gonna institute a bunch of policies that directly target these people to let them know they're not welcome. What are they doing? They're walking around drinking water out of a gallon jug. No gallon jugs. They're wearing tank tops, showing off how big their arms are. No tank tops. What are they doing? They're dropping weights, they're lifting heavy things, they're grunting, they're being loud because they're actually working out. Not allowed.
Believe it or not, yeah.
When in reality, having a gallon jug, perfect to have because, one, it's heavy. It's a good little workout in itself. Two, you get a lot of water, and you know what you go through when you're working out? You sweat. And what's happening when you sweat? You lose a lot of hydration. You need a lot of water to replace that shit. Like, Why do they wear tank tops? One, they feel good. They want to make themselves look good. Let them show off what they've made. But two, you also release a lot of body heat when you're working out. So when you wear a tank top, that's less skin that's being covered by cloth that's keeping the heat in, meaning you're not as hot. I would do so just to prove a point. I would be curled in the corner due to the loud noise hurting my ears. I do have a bit of a sensitive hearing. Yeah, that's fair.
And then they had a diabolical stroke of genius, and they're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to get rid of free weights altogether. Planet Fitness is just going to have cardio machines and then weight machines with cables. No free weights whatsoever.
Aside from dumbbells.
And then we're going to paint everything Barney purple. That way, if any meathead does try to go into Planet Fitness and wants to film shit for their Instagram where they're flexing in the mirror or whatever, it's going to get ruined by this Barney purple equipment, and then everybody's going to know that they're working out at Planet Fitness.
Oh, except you can't because you're not allowed a phone, apparently. He asked me how did you get so big? So I told him I train at Planet Fitness. They both laughing in the picture.
Which is going to have a negative stigma in the meathead community anyways, which is going to further keep these people out. Then we're going to blast our marketing out as no gym intimidation at Planet Fitness, and a bunch of people are going to flock to it, and that's exactly what happened, and that's why they have 20 million members. It's literally an entire business model built on discrimination, and to be honest with you, I think it's kind of funny.
This is our stretching area. I lift things up.
So not only does this discrimination
This is our stretching area. Closing the door behind him.
tactic get them a ton of new subscriptions, it also saves them a ton of money, because you know who ruins and breaks all the gym equipment? The big meatheads that are in there trying to break their new record, lifting more weight than they actually should be, dropping shit and ruining equipment. And guess who's not at that gym dropping and ruining equipment? All the meatheads. So now they have a longer life on all of their equipment, so they're actually making more money per member. Okay, but I know what you're thinking. Anybody could become a meathead. All you got to do is go to the gym, put in hard work for a sustained period of time, and then eventually you're going to be a jacked gym person too. Their own members are going to be turning into meatheads, which ruins the entire strategy. Unless we guarantee that nobody becomes a meathead or nobody keeps lifting at the gym for a sustained period of time. And how are we going to do that? We're going to give away free fucking pizza.
Add 3 pounds to the scales in the women's locker room before you go home. Yes, sir.
Yes, the gym for a period of time was known for giving out free pizza to its members. I think they quit doing it during COVID, but the entire strategy is just fucking diabolical. Like, I get a new person coming in here, they're trying to lose weight, they're trying to be in shape, they do a
on the flip side of that, it's calories in, calories out, right? Like, that's one of the biggest things. It doesn't matter if you're eating pizza, it doesn't matter if you're eating McDonald's, it doesn't matter if you're, eating just a bunch of chocolate bars. As long as you have those calories going out at some point, it is perfectly fine. So, and the pizza is a good way to, bring people in, and it's like, okay, I'm paying only $10 a month for this, and I get a free lunch when I go to do it. Honestly, I'm in. That's a good way to make sure people get into a good brain, at the start at least, to go to the gym. However, once again, there are some people who go there just for the free lunch and then walk out. It's basically like, yeah.
hard workout, they feel like they've accomplished something, and then they walk by freshly baked pizza and they're like, you know what? I did work hard. I'm gonna go ahead and have a slice. And then they just undo all the hard fucking work they did, so they never gain any progress, ensuring that A, they never become a jacked gym person, or B, they don't see any progress over the course of months and months, and they get discouraged and they quit. Which is the ultimate goal, because the only way you make gym equipment last longer than banning them.
Because that is definitely one of the other things. There's a lot of calories in a slice of pizza. Like, let me do a quick little googly. How many calories in a slice of pepperoni pizza? 250 to 350 calories. How many calories do you burn doing, I don't know, sit-ups? You burn about 20 to 30 calories per 100 sit-ups. So in order to burn off that slice of pizza you just ate, you have to basically do 1,000 sit-ups. How about push-ups? Of course, these are all approximations, of course. Push-ups generally burn about 7 or more calories per minute. Obviously, depending on like your load and how everything is going. And everything is also a little bit different based on like your body and everything. What about a half-hour walk? Burn during a half-hour walk. 130 to 150 calories. So you would need to walk for at minimum 1 hour to burn off that pizza slice you just ate. So, yeah, that's not exactly sustainable. Especially if you're a newbie to the gym.
The meatheads is by banning everybody. If the gym equipment never gets used, it can't get worn out. Fucking science.
Get on the scale, son. Get off the scale.
So that's their product. That's what Planet Fitness is. Planet Fitness is a gym specifically designed for people that don't go to the gym. Okay, that's fine. It's obviously making a lot of money, but this doesn't answer the question, why the fuck do you need my banking information? Well, because you know who cancels their gym memberships? People that don't go to the fucking gym that are paying a gym membership.
We're fat and we're broke.
So now we get to the root of the problem. How do you keep somebody subscribed and paying for a service that they're probably not actually using? Well, you make it super cheap and hope they forget about it. And that's why Planet Fitness is like the cheapest gym out there. It's $15 a month.
Yeah.
Or if you want their extra fancy card, it's $25 a month, their black card that allows you to have like access to the tanning beds and the massage beds and a bunch of other stuff. And then you can also go to...
Well, you got roped into into that one, didn't you? I mean, unless you just noped out of there after they were like, no, we need a blank check in order to do this. I hope you noped out of there with your business brain.
Any Planet Fitness in the country, and you're allowed to bring a friend with you every time you go for free. Okay, that's the plan. Super cheap.
Like streaming sites, kind of. Only worse, because the thing is, in order to end your subscription with Planet Fitness, I believe you have to go in. You actually have to go into the building, which also preys, once again, on your anxiety issues, because there's a lot of people who, you know, if you're having a lot of weight issues, anxiety and social anxiety is a huge problem. So they are banking on the fact that you don't even want to go in there in the first place. You would rather spend $120 a year in order to not deal with just ending a subscription, right?
They forget they have a gym membership, they keep paying us, they don't come in, they don't use our equipment, everything goes great. Next problem, if they forget they even have a gym membership, when that 1-year contract elapses, they're obviously not going to renew it because they forgot they had it. Now we bought ourselves 12 months, but what are we going to do in 12 months when we lose all of our members? Well, we're going to write it into the contract when they first come in and start their gym membership that unless they cancel, it's automatically going to renew.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
So now the only way these customers are going to stop paying Planet Fitness is if they actually cancel their membership, which raises a question. What if they cancel because they still might, because again, they're probably statistically not using this service.
Poor bastard. It's got to be his big break. We've got to fuck with him.
And this is what
We've got to fuck with them.
their business model goes from genius to diabolical and shitty. In order to have them not cancel their membership, we're going to make it as painful and monotonous as humanly possible. Step one, all of our memberships are going to have an annual membership fee that's going to be $49 a year, and then you pay the monthly membership on top of that, kind of like a credit card, which is probably why they call their premium membership the Black Card, because they're just ripping off Amex's business strategy.
Holy crap. Wait. Jesus Christ, that's disgusting. I hate it. Oh, hell no. Yep. And yes, he does have very cool tattoos.
You know, because they charge an annual fee for their credit card, and then the fanciest Amex that you can have is the Amex Black Card. Now, obviously, charging $50 up front and then charging the first month's fee is going to make it hard to get new members. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it so it's only $1 when you come in to create your membership, but then every year after that, it's $49 billed immediately. Okay, and I know what you're thinking. Why would this make people more likely to keep their membership if they're going to start getting billed even more money? Well, it's because it's billed automatically, and remember, you've probably forgotten that you have this gym membership until you see a bigger charge on your card randomly for $50, and then you look into it and you're like, oh shit, I still have that gym membership. I need to go in and cancel that. So you call in.
Yeah, and not only that, they kind of lure you in by saying, oh yeah, no, we have it's a $49 annual like surcharge on top of this, but because you're in here today, the first one is only $1. Okay, so it's $120 for the year plus $1, and then it's going to be $120 plus the $50 surcharge. That's a lot, don't you think? Well, you could just cancel it before it goes through. It's all good. And if you like the gym, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's still cheaper than any of the other gyms, right? right?
And at which point they will inform you, oh, well, because you've had a membership, even if it's just 1 day so far this year, we're still charging you the annual fee for the membership. So we're not giving you back your $49, but you can still cancel your membership. However, because that membership 12-year contract automatically renewed, it's also a $58 buyout fee. Now it is damn near...
Oh my God, they put a buyout fee. That is so stupid. That is scummy. That is so scummy. So now it's like, wow, so I get paid for the $50 that I can't get renewed. I can get my $120 back, sure, but it's going to cost me another $60 to get out of it? I may as well just come back for the entire year, just make use of it, and then cancel at the end of the year. And then the year happens.
As expensive to cancel your membership as it is to just keep it. So most people are going to be like, fuck it, just keep it, and I'll remember in 12 months to cancel it then at the right time. You never will.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Now, the other option is you're somebody like me, you kind of have an attitude problem, and when somebody screws you over, you just don't ever want to work with them again. Like, fine, I'll front the money, I'll pay it. I don't ever want to work with you ever again. That's fine. So you call in and try to cancel your membership. You're willing to pay all these fees to leave, and then you're informed you're not allowed to cancel your membership over the phone. You have to come into the gym to do it.
Yep. And yeah, there it is. He's, you have to go into the gym in order to cancel the subscription. So it's just, yeah, fucked.
But it can't just be any Planet Fitness. It has to be the Planet Fitness where you originally started your membership, which raises a question. What the fuck do I do if I move to a different part of the country? I have to catch a flight back to the previous location that I lived to cancel this membership? No, no, no. That would be outrageous. They have a remote option, and that remote option is to send them a certified letter requesting your cancellation, okay? Not send a letter.
A certified letter. A certified letter is a U.S. Postal Service USPS service that provides the sender with a mailing receipt, online tracking, and confirmation of delivery requiring a recipient's signature. It is used for important legal or sensitive documents to create a verifiable paper trail with an optional return receipt for a copy of the signature. That sounds so fucking rude.
Send a certified letter. For those of you that don't know what that means, you can't just grab a letter, put a stamp on it, put it in your mailbox, and lift the little flag up. No, 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 no. You got to take your happy ass all the way to the fucking post office, and then they have to pay extra postage to have it be a certified letter to make sure they get it.
Oh, you're serious.
Remember, this is all by design. Make it as painful and monotonous as possible so they don't cancel their membership, so they just go, fuck it, I guess I'm just paying them $15 a month for the rest of forever because this is frustrating as shit. Okay, but that's not even the worst part. The worst part is, remember who their niche target audience is at the end of the day. I'm not saying everybody at Planet Fitness is like this, but a significant portion are, because this is who they cater to. A significant portion of the people that go to Planet Fitness experience extreme social anxiety. Remember, they're marketing to people that are so self-conscious and so socially anxious that they can't fathom lifting weights in a room where somebody big and strong is also lifting weights because they're fearing that they're going to get judged and that's going to make them feel bad. And now the only way to cancel this membership is to go in person and be confrontational with a person, which is something they're not likely to do. Again, making it extremely unlikely that somebody's going to cancel their membership.
That is, I'm going to say it, predatory. It's horrible. It's horrifying. Why would they fucking do that? That's terrible. And that's one of the reasons why people, make fun of people for going to Planet Fitness. Is like, oh my God, that's almost as bad as buying a timeshare. Why would you do that? It's horrifying. It's genius monetarily, but oh my God.
Outside bad. The son's scary. He's not my friend. He wants to hurt me. He wants to save her.
And this finally answers my original question. Why the fuck do you need my banking information? Put yourself in their average customer's shoes. You have extreme social anxiety. You do not like confrontation with other people.
Because it's America, I'm sorry to say this, but this is not something that's exclusive to America. It's definitely a lot more common in America, but it's common anywhere that has anything to do with financing. Anywhere that has a money transaction or a requirement to have money in your pocket, this shit will happen. I'm sorry to say. It's definitely a lot more common in America to do this kind of predatory thing because we have probably the highest, between Canada and the US, we have the highest amount of, socially awkward people per anywhere. But yeah, this is something that can be found literally everywhere. It's just going to happen.
People, especially in person. You do not want people having negative thoughts towards you. You loathe that feeling. And now you're stuck in a situation where you can either pay them $15 or $25 a month or put yourself through that. Or there is a third option. You could just cancel the debit card or credit card or report it stolen. Then they won't have your info anymore. And then they can't bill you. Membership terminated. And that's why they want your bank account information. So you can't even fucking do that. Now you are forced into one of two options. Option A, you jump through all their bullshit hoops that they've manufactured to make sure is
Option A, go to Mount Dune and cast the membership into the fire.
difficult and monotonous as possible, and then finally cancel your membership. Or B, you go and call your bank and tell them, quit giving my money to Planet Fitness, at which point Planet Fitness can legally still charge you internally and then send it off to collections on their behalf. This issue
Oh my God, really? Holy crap. Federal Trade Commission announces final click to cancel rule, making it easier for consumers to end recurring subscriptions and memberships. Agencies act after receiving more than 16,000 comments from the public.
Became so bad that the FTC finally stepped in. They tried to pass a law that's still pending, basically saying gyms can't do this shit. So Planet Fitness has since added an option where you are allowed to cancel your membership online. Obviously, they've made it as difficult as humanly possible to find. So difficult, in fact, that if you YouTube how to cancel your Planet Fitness membership, there's multiple videos with tens of thousands of views. And when you read the comments, a lot of them say, this still doesn't work. I've been trying to cancel my Planet Fitness membership for over a year. One of the top comments even said,
bullshit. I'm suing them and might turn into a class action because I've been trying for over a year. That doesn't work. Phone calls don't work. Messages to home club doesn't work. And even serve them with legal cases and ceases and desists, and that didn't work. And still charging monthly. We got the bank involved and we still and will be called as a witness. DOJ is investing this scam by ABC that handles most of the memberships for numerous other gyms too across USA, like Anytime and Gold. Oh my God, that's terrifying. That law applies to Adobe too. Good.
They had to get a lawyer to send a cease and desist to get Planet Fitness to stop billing their account, and they still haven't done it, and he's planning on taking them to court and suing them.
Hell yes.
And then, from what I'm able to gather online, apparently, because it's a franchise and different owners own different Planet Fitnesses, they can institute their own policy where even if you do cancel online, they still make you come in and cancel in person, meaning, what the fuck is the point? So yeah, that's the entire business model. Basically, we'll make a gym that functions like an HOA so we can filter out all the people that we don't want. Then once we get all the people we do want that aren't confrontational, we'll make it as difficult as possible for them to ever leave.
Because here at Globo Gym, we're better than you. And we know it.
And that's why they can have 7,500 members per location, which originally didn't make sense, but it makes sense now. It's just a diabolical money printing machine. It was such a good idea.
Holy
Create
crap.
a place for non-gym people to go work out at the...
Like, it's a beautiful idea. Like, it is a really good idea for the socially awkward. However, because it's a business and it's it's a public business and all it's supposed to do is to make money, be damned with what it actually does. They do everything within the law to separate you from your money and put it into your own bank. That is their entire business strategy. They don't care if you come in. They don't care if you use their equipment. They don't want you to, specifically. But they will. You can if you want. I mean, you paid for it. They're just expecting you won't, because they are going to take advantage of the weakness that has been developed by, our society. And it's kind of shit.
Gym and become gym people where they didn't have to fear getting judged, which you don't have to fear that at 99% of gyms anyways, but people feel that way. So they catered to those people. They wanted to get more people healthy and in the gym, and it's just the worst fucking execution and follow through you could possibly imagine. So needless to say, I will not be giving my banking information to Planet Fitness. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch, maybe drink some Echelon. All that's over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang, out.
They have a little a little.
Okay, I was not
ending,
anticipating doing a hit piece video. I don't enjoy doing these. It happened. Okay, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna get fucking sued one of these days. See you later.
Also, I don't think I've ever fully noticed this, but he has a little scar right here on the inside of his arm, and the scar is perfectly in line with this other scar. He was part of the military. I wonder. I'm so curious on what happened here. If anyone knows, only curiosity. Only curiosity. What? Hey, did you enjoy that? Was it funny? Well, come and check it out live over on twitch.tv/freeform_art. Make sure you put the _art. We have lots of fun there. We enjoy ourselves, and we want to see you over there. So come on and hang out. See you in a bit.